That moving main event or main card, I should say. My apologies.
Sean's favorite heavyweight.
Yeah, Jared Anderson, real big baby. We haven't seen the other big baby in a minute, so I think he's just the big baby now. The other big baby's been out.
Like that, bro?
Been out of the game for a while.
We'll get to Sanchez, but Sanchez showed me something.
Me too.
He showed me.
Yeah,
He showed me
too.
something.
Me too.
But going back to
Crown
Jared,
may not have loved it, but he was good.
I don't think we need to elaborate much. Jared Anderson
He's a bad boy.
He's a monster.
And he didn't play with his food.
No.
And
he said, I'm in.
He Shawn Porter me.
He said, hey, I'm in there with somebody I can get out of there. Got him out.
And he's a relatively small heavyweight, taking it to the guy, getting him out of there in 2 rounds. He's good, man. He's fluid. The only heavyweight as fluid as him. You could argue Frank Sanchez. You could maybe argue Alexander Usyk.
Yeah.
But I think he's right there with Tyson Fury in terms of just fluidity.
Yeah.
The man has no stiffness.
Yeah.
I would say those are the top 4 most fluid heavyweights I could think of, and he's only 10-0 now, and he joins the list of other guys who are contenders.
Yeah.
He's 21.
Yeah, no. Take your
He's
time.
21.
Yeah. Take your time. Be patient.
Kid's a monster.
Grow and learn. I mean, like I think
and a great personality.
I think he should change his ring name. The what is it? The real big
the
baby.
Real big baby.
Yeah.
I think he should change. Maybe eventually
They've been calling him that since he was a kid. He said.
Maybe he'll grow out of the big baby thing.
Does he have to fight Jarrell Miller for it?
Nah, but I'm just saying, like, I don't take it serious. It's kind of like Big Daddy, Riddick Bowe. Like, I don't really.
That was a great name.
I thought it was gonna be Big Daddy Kane.
Can't take it serious. You know what I mean?
Big Daddy Kane. KRS-One.
But right now he's a big baby. You're 21. Just stay exactly where you're at. Continue to grow and learn.
And no rush to try to get into this generation.
Yeah.
You're part of the next generation.
100.
I mean, they said him and Tyson Fury were trying to knock each other out in sparring.
Yeah.
He said well, we don't divulge anything from sparring, sparring. But I will say I held my own. You know what I mean? So,
which at that age,
and Fury
if you're doing that,
confirms that.
Yeah.
Fury says this dude is the
That's
truth.
the next guy.
And it's the same,
and has a great personality.
Same thing with me and Pac. Like I never said anything about nothing, but I held my own against Pac, and then you see where I am now. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? So that definitely confirms that he can be there.
Yeah.
It has an exciting fighting style too. It's nothing boring about it.
No,
he's not trying to rush to get inside.
No.
Yeah, so
he's got the whole. Yeah, he's got the.
Look at the body shots.
Yeah, he's got the whole arsenal.
Straight right hand.
I love it.
He fights like he's the big man. He fights like he's the big man in the ring.
And then the next fight was one-sided.
That was a boring fight.
Kanashki and Helenius.
Just the perfect style for Helenius.
Man.
Just the perfect style, right? The perfect style matchup for Helenius.
After the first round, it looked like he went 12.
I thought back, I said, why didn't I predict that fight?
We all just sat there. Yeah, we all sat there. We were like.
No, I know y'all did.
Zytel said I didn't do my homework.
Yeah.
Oh. But it was one where we were watching it with Ant. We're all just like, he has nothing for him. There's nothing else he can do.
Only thing he did was grow a beard.
Yeah, grew a beard and punch him in the stones.
Let me go back real quick. Max said something that I haven't really thought about before, but he says early on when you see a heavyweight fighter that can put punches together, 4 or 5 punch combinations, he said you know that fighter will potentially be a champion. Mm-hmm. I said, why do you say that? He says because a lot of fighters, heavyweights, don't have that fluidity, don't have that muscle memory to rip off combinations. He says the ones who can rip it off, the power is going to get there eventually. They're going to grow and mature eventually. But early on, when you can see a fighter putting combinations together, those are early signs that he's going to be a champion.
See, that's why I'm the next Max, baby.
Yeah, fair call. But Kaunachki, he probably still beats a lot of guys in heavyweight division, but those taller guys, and Helenius isn't like, he's not the most skilled, but he throws the jab out there. He's long, he's tall, and he just didn't have anything
he
for him
was mean.
other than the ball taps.
Maybe you guys can refresh my memory. Was Helenius always that mean and always had that edge?
He looked like a caveman that'll
I
F
didn't
you
know
up.
much of him until he fought.
I feel like I've seen
He
him.
lost to Gerald Washington.
Right, and I feel like he was a more
Dillian
tentative guy. He
wasn't this guy.
No. And I don't know, he found a mean streak or something, man.
It's the guy. It could be the guy he's in the ring with. No disrespect to Helenius.
That's
Right.
true.
No.
If you getting back in the ring with this dude, you know he's not gonna make very many adjustments. Come to the ring, much different than the first fight. He looked completely confident, hands down, from the beginning of the fight all the way up until the knockdown. I mean, even when he was throwing punches, to me it seemed like he just was a little kind of going through the motions a little bit, because he knew that going through the motions, this dude's gonna be right here for every punch that I throw.
And Kaunachki really did what a lot of people did on the old Fight Night games. When you're getting overwhelmed, you just immediately click the button to low blow. He was like, I got another for him. right in the marbles. But
I mean, I was watching the fight. I'm like, Kaunachki's losing every round. But for the first 3, I'm like, if he could withstand this little by little, maybe he's cutting the distance. I mean, he smothered him on the ropes 2 times, got some body shots in. Yeah. And then in the 4th round, it just came apart. I mean, he was losing anyways, but then he just became a punching bag.
Off the track.
What about, what's his name, Kowalski?
Kaunachki.
Him and Chris Arreola.
That's the fight. Yeah.
That
fight's been discussed before.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And again, like I said, he's not, I don't drop him the 50th of the heavyweights. He's just can't beat that guy, or probably the guys that are right there, the top guys.
Tall guys.
Yeah, tall guys. I mean, he beat Charles Martin, but is what it is. But and then the next fight, you were impressed, Frank Sanchez?
Yeah, I was.
Go ahead, Carson. Correct prediction.
See, I told you he'd be at home. Like,
he's Cuban though. Of course you picked him.
Yeah, of course.
The white Cuban.
Yeah.
He busted him up though. Did you expect it to be even slightly as one-sided as it was? I'm not even sure if I did.
You know what? I think I was hating on him.
Okay, fair.
Because
hurtful but fair.
Because this is what I know about Cuban fighters. They know what they're in the ring with, and they it's kind of almost like they underperform because of what they're in the ring with.
They do just enough to
their
level.
It's like they do just enough to the level of their opponent.
Right.
And I was like, this dude's kind of boring. I was like, he's a front runner.
He's definitely boring.
You know, I'm like, but this fight, he wasn't, well, I mean, he kind of was boring.
Unboring
Dance part.
A lot of people argued he was boring.
Yeah.
Even in this fight.
Yeah.
Which is,
I think the dance partner as well.
But moments like the knockdown, he shows he's got speed and power.
Yeah.
He has some explosiveness that you have to respect.
Yeah, and
he's got good ring IQ.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, good Lord. The dude
boxes his ass off.
He's a big guy. He is moving around.
I'm watching the fight, so I've been saying Jared Anderson's next. Jared Anderson's next. He's the next guy. I still believe that he's the next guy, but I think right behind him, if not right ahead of him, is Frank Sanchez.
Yeah,
because he has a style that is going to be difficult for a lot of heavyweight fighters out there once he gets to that level. If he's able to
hold up to the power,
but if he's able to. Cuban fighters are front runners. They first 4 or 5 rounds, they're really sharp, and then they kind of taper off, and it's like they're going through the motions for the next.
They're gonna toast
5
you in
to
the
6.
comments about
I know they are. It is what it is. But
world champion,
give him Luis Ortiz next.
I'm down for that.
Look at Luis. He's had those 2 big fights with Deontay Wilder.
You know I'm down for that.
He's doing his thing early on, but loses something at some point and gets knocked out by Deontay Wilder in 2 fights. You know what I mean? So if you're saying, hey, why are you saying that about Cuban fighters? They're trained for that 3-minute round of an Olympic caliber fight, and then when they come into the pros, it's like that is what they've trained for their entire life, and it's very hard for a lot of them to make adjustments.
I'm not sure I agree.
He has Reynoso in the corner though, so he's getting schooled.
Hey, my man, he trainer of the decade, right there.
Yeah.
He's just a boxing trainer. That's a disclaimer we're putting in anytime Eddie Reynoso is mentioned.
But in saying that, Eddie's the guy to get him where he needs to go.
Absolutely.
And I was like, I don't give a damn about Frank Sanchez. I don't care about him. I don't want to see him, because I just was like, he's okay. After the fight with F.A. Ajagba, not to say that F.A. was all that,
man,
but I saw things from Frank Sanchez that lets me know that it doesn't matter who it is.
Yep.
He's gonna perform.
Bonafide contender. Does he get to be champion at some point? Who knows? Maybe not.
I hope so, man. I want to see a heavyweight Cuban champion.
Yeah, and it's not offensive to mention him in that conversation.
No, he's in his line to get a shot now.
Yeah,
if he keeps winning.
Yeah,
and he showed real speed. It was beautiful how F.A. Ajagba just kept throwing his jab, could never land it, not once. And he would let him jab, And then being the smaller man with smaller arms, he'd do a little pivot, bop, bop, and just, that shit was so clean.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
That's my jam. You know,
I'm telling you.
And
So
he's just
Now the crowd didn't get out of their seat for that, but if you love boxing, that's
just the definition of he's just moving around the ring, landing when he needs to, and it was the better guy.
It was not an exciting fight. He was not the most exciting fighter that night, but I know what I was watching. I know what I saw. And you put him in the ring with somebody who's going to pressure him and force him to fight, that person will get knocked out trying to force him to fight.
Was he the best boxer on the card all night?
There's only one Tyson Fury, mate.
Hey, don't ask me.
You know
what? Maybe he probably was because Tyson Fury didn't really box.
Yeah.
I mean, he used his boxing skills and his feints going forward for sure. But yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
Yeah, Sanchez, he's in the mix, but.
And he
transition the main event.
Well, just Ajagba too for a second.
No, Ajagba.
I ain't got nothing on Ajagba.
No, remember I said
go
last week that his intensity had left. Right?
Yeah,
I said that when he first came here. I mean, level of competition, right?
Yeah,
so under Ronnie Shields, throwing 100 punches around, he believed in his level of competition, but he believed in his jab. He threw a pine jab. He did, like George Foreman used to always say about heavyweights. Believe in your left jab. He didn't throw it with conviction, and he just didn't bring any intensity to the fight. F.A. Ajagba.
There was no confidence coming from him at all in that fight.
Early.
I mean, he got his ears boxed off.
Yeah,
took no, just the F.A. Ajagba.
No,
that's
just
you got a dude that's boxing from the outside, but the explosive. You don't know when he coming in.
Yeah.
I'm a Frank Sanchez
fan. Welcome.
The dude really impressed me.
Nice knockdown too. Yeah. Straight right hand, left.
Oh, he definitely was
landed
impressive
when he was down too. Just
I thought his knee was still a little above.
It was live. It looked like he hit him when he was down.
Right.
On the replay, it still kind of looked like that, but it was close.
I got a feeling if we get more Cuban fighters in the pro ranks, boxing is gonna get more exciting. What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ant. Follow me on IG with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson A. Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.